Okay, we'll begin the town board meeting for September 24th. And first thing, pledge of allegiance. Ed,
Sure, why not? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Yep. Very good. No public hearings tonight. Approval of minutes is the next item on the agenda from the September 10th meeting. So.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Any corrections? All in favor? Aye. Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Any privilege of the floor or public concerns?
Well,
Anyone?
I asked a question,
Yes.
I felt everybody here, and that is, where is the operation report on the town website? What tab do you find the operations report?
We know it gets posted.
It's under.
We can look.
The town operations report is not posted, but the other report that Ron puts out every 2 weeks of all the projects and everything is posted on the website.
And that's the project,
Yeah,
that's the one.
that's where they
The
can't
longer
find it.
report.
Yeah, they're having trouble finding it. And I don't know where Marcy puts that.
It's, no, it's under the buildings and zoning, and then there's another tab that's new projects, and
Well,
if you wanna take a break, I'll go get my iPad.
No, but.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you know,
I can figure it
the questions floating around, if the answer surfaces sometime, that would be great.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, sure.
thank you.
Good question. We'll tell you where it is.
yeah, we'll get you the answer.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, reports of standing committees, public works.
Yeah, and the water treatment side of things at the treatment plant, we have a contractor that'll be here this week. To be removing sand from the north sand filter bed. They've been working on maintenance, greasing equipment, various equipment down at the plant. They've been updating some maintenance programs on an Excel spreadsheet. They have been doing just some general cleanup of scrap and things like that around the plant. And also performed a flush on bio tower number 2. Lift station, we reported on this multiple times. They've been out doing a lot of routine maintenance and repairs. Basically oil changes, belt alignments, and cleaning of the wet wells. They're waiting on some quotes for parts for some of the dioxide pumps out in the systems. And the flow meters have been removed from their previous location. And we now reinstall over on Fisher's Road, near Wendy's, Heath Road, and also County Road 41. They did report the lead and copper inventory that we've been talking about for probably a year now. They're actually projecting to have that completed by the end of the week, which is good news. And they've been doing some hydrant flushing in the system. Meter replacements, we're now up to 580 of the new meters that can be cellular read. And just reported, obviously, once the lead and copper inventory is done, right now they're using a flusher truck to do some hydro excavation of services. And as soon as they finish that, they'll be moving back to lift stations and trying to get all the wet wells cleaned out before the winter time. Highway and parks, a lot of it's just similar. Obviously, equipment maintenance is always on the list. They're still out doing roadside mowing. They also mow it up to the landfill. They've had trucks helping with Victor and Canandaigua with paving projects. And did some driveway repairs on Sand Hill and Shortsville Road. Also did some catch basin and pipe work on Glen Carlin and Holland. And some pothole patching on Collette Road, Gateway, and Plaster Mill. Parks, obviously still mowing parks and trails. Ball fields, striping, soccer's going on still, and ongoing trimming of trees. We did have a discussion about some rules at the park and ride over on 332 and Loomis. On the building side, we had some backflows repaired at the highway and court department, and a breaker had to be replaced at the court. That they were having some issues with, and he's got one resolution on the agenda tonight. We can discuss that as it comes up.
Very good. Thank you, John Operation.
On operations met this morning, we have 7 resolutions, we'll go over later. The tap sidewalk and trail connection project, they do site restoration of that on the 6, Highway 41 to 10 Elizabeth Way. Construction of the new pedestrian bicycle bridge crossing Beaver Creek is going to take an estimated about 24 to 26 weeks. The concrete foundations are awaiting delivery for the anchor bolts that are supposed to go into there. And once they arrive, then we'll be able to pour the concrete and get the bolts in. And weather permitting, they'll be doing the 2 sidewalk approaches to the bridge crossing. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. They're publishing a public notification concerning the public appeal process of proposed flood hazard determinations that have now been posted on FEMA's website. This establishes an opportunity for residents to appeal the proposed flood hazard information present on the preliminary flood insurance rate maps in the flood insurance study maps. That's also posted on the FEMA website. There's going to be several new areas being added to the flood hazard zone, so it is recommended that town residents visit the website. I'm going to let Ron talk about that later. It's kind of a big deal coming upon us. Yeah, advisory committee, we're waiting for the draft overlay district map, and we'll review that at our next meeting on October 8th. Town Parks and Recreation Update Committee, they just have a scheduled public information hearing in this room November 18th, Monday evening at 6:30. And that'll also be available for viewing on Zoom. And the report is posted today on the town website. Everybody wants to read that for ongoing projects. That's
Maybe it's someplace.
maybe it's out there somewhere.
I've looked at it, but,
That's all I have.
thanks, Mike. Reports of other town officials, supervisor, Marcia and I were at a meeting for a couple hours this afternoon on what it will cost the town just for the 38 retirees medical health insurance. And if you keep the same policy, it's $130,000 more for 38 people.
130,000 more.
$130,000 more than we're paying now.
Full.
So the consortium has reached out for some bids, and Excellus has a plan very similar to our plan with Aetna that will probably cost us $90,000 more. More to come on that. This week, I'm at, tomorrow I'm at the afternoon at the county for meetings for government operations and insurance and ways and means. That's all I have. We have nobody tonight from Highway and Parks. Town clerk,
I have nothing.
nothing, nobody from water and sewer, building, zoning.
All right, so still very busy with hail damage. Permit numbers are very high. And continue to be high. Also, this afternoon, I was working with the highway department as we had a illicit discharge over on Wood Drive and Farmbrook Drive with painting of our yellow stripes down the middle of the road. They painted them and then it rained and turned the whole road yellow. So I was over there evaluating that situation with Lauren, our deputy highway superintendent, and we had the road closed for a few hours as we adjusted that to clean the road up. So that has been addressed, but
And what's your estimate of Farmington residents' vehicles that have been yellow now?
well, We're not quite sure how many drove through it before we got there and shut down the road, but we have received, a few calls about that. So we will be keeping a list of residents that have yellow paint over their vehicles. We have reached out to the company that does the striping and they said to submit it to them, and we will also be submitting the bill for the cleanup, this afternoon. So,
And as soon as Marcia and I found out about it from our meeting in East Rochester, we immediately called our insurance company to make, put them in the loop for what's going on. Thanks, Ken. Planning board.
So our next meeting, we will again have the follow project probably for the last time right now, and since the zoning board did not approve the variance, so we'll need to move forward with that without prejudice and let them figure out what they're gonna do. We have a preliminary 2-lot subdivision for Sadler. We have a preliminary 2-lot subdivision for Blasey. We have a final site plan amendment for Maddie's. Final site plan application for Herpich. And we have a preliminary site plan for the Hollander. So busy stuff. We also have a concept plan look at the Whitestone. We'll be looking at that one for the first time. And then we'll do a tentative schedule for moving forward with that. That should keep us busy.
On the plan for the planning board.
There you go.
Was Whitestone not made good college?
I don't have an answer yet.
What was that?
I don't know if RG&A had given Whitestone an answer.
Oh, I haven't heard.
Service their project.
I have not heard.
We did find out today, as long as that subject came up, that the property owners of KFC, Microtel, Dunkin' Donuts, that area, they have put in a proposal for charging stations at the KFC property, 8, I think there is, right?
Wow.
4 dual,
or dual,
level 3.
level 3 chargers.
Level 3, which take a lot of power. And so I have a draft email to Senator Helming, Assemblywoman Burns, Assemblyman Callahan, that says, hey, look, RG&E's got a letter here saying they can have plenty of power, but right down the road,
It came.
they can't. What's going on? I haven't hit send yet because I probably want to change a few words.
No, hit send it.
I thought it was natural gas was the issue.
Electricity.
Well, they don't have an answer at Farmbrook on electricity yet. Yes, it was natural gas that turned them down and they're going with the propane. But then their other project on 96 for Paddock's Landing is both gas and electric. Yeah.
That is a concern for Whitestone.
Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
Okay, the town ops report is on the website under new development information. So anybody looking for the town ops report,
I haven't found it yet, but
it's there.
I know that's where it was.
It's under building,
Uh,
planning and zoning and then new development information.
Thank you.
I will add Al to the distribution list because I see he's not there. So, hopefully they'll take care of that issue. I do want to just revisit briefly this FEMA mapping program. Last year, we received the preliminary maps. And we reviewed those maps and identified several parcels of land. Most of which were over in the Calm Lake area. Some were in other parts of the town. And we sent out a letter to the residents, letting them know, hey, this is going on and you probably ought to go to the county when they're having their information meetings. I think it was about a year ago in August. and let them tell you what's likely to happen. Well, FEMA has, moved forward. They have said that they have accepted the preliminary drawings. We don't have any new maps. Okay, so whatever there was last year apparently is what they're going with. And there will be 2 public notices in the newspapers, as well as the Federal Register, which everybody reads on a daily basis, to identify the 90-day period and what is expected of them to protest the inclusion of their lands in the flood hazard areas. That's a potentially large impact on some of these property owners. The other thing is, on the town, once these new maps become in effect, we have to go back and amend chapter 87 of the town code and has to deal with 2 issues there. And we will be addressing that as it comes up, likely to be towards the end of 2025. So this is a sleeping giant that looms out there. We gotta, I guess, pay for all the flood damage on the coastal areas from the hurricanes. They're looking for others to pay for it. The other thing I just want to update everybody on is you may have noticed that they're trying to complete the bridge abutments for the pedestrian bridges over there on 41. Well, what's holding that up is a few lag bolts to put in the concrete so that when they put the bridge and place it on top of the abutments, they can screw it down. And believe it or not, the supply chain for lag bolts is really competitive right now, I guess. And we're finding a lot of delays in getting those bolts so that we can complete that work. Mike did mention the Ag Conservation Overlay District. I am working with MRB. I do have a preliminary draft for Al. You want to come and take a look at it? It's in my office. We'll be modifying it. And then the other thing I just want to point quickly on is zoning board last night did grant a temporary use permit with conditions for the bridges for brain injury down here on County Road 8. They did issue a temporary use permit, 2-year period for Peretta up on State Street. And of course, as Ed mentioned, the zoning board did deny the area variance request for Fowler. So they will be addressing that when they come before the planning board on October 2nd. That's it.
Thanks, Ron. Bill, town engineer.
Okay, a couple things. We are wrapping up on Grove Park. That's almost complete. I think the next meeting we may have, hopefully close out documents for that. There is a pay app on for tonight, but we do have one more final pay app once we have all the closeout documents for that project. Just touch quickly, the resolution to award on tonight for Colette and Bretensi Road water main replacement. MRB has evaluated the bids and we've done some due diligence on the low bidder, who we have found to be not quite qualified. And I think in discussions with them, they've come to terms with that. They certainly have a little bit of experience, but not quite the experience that we would expect for a job like this in the DOT right away. We also have done some investigation on the second lowest bidder and found some evidence of some potential issues with their current and past projects. So we are looking at awarding to the third lowest bidder, and that's on your resolution for tonight. So
Correct.
Didn't know if we had any questions on that for tonight. Okay, Brickyard Road tank is moving along. And we are working on a little drainage issue, on Running Brook. So we'll be, evaluating that in the next couple weeks. That's all that I have right now.
And we did get some updated pictures from Brickyard Road, so I'll share that with the town board. And hopefully get some on the website, the Facebook page. We're making progress. No assessor tonight, no recreation. Agriculture Advisory Committee, Hal.
Next meeting is October 10th, like I said, the 8th, week from Thursday. Post after the 8th. I think it's the 10th. Clarification. That's a Thursday. Yeah. Otherwise, nothing.
That will be a Thursday. Eight,
Just to go back to recreation for a minute,
yes,
trunk and treat, October 26th, so. Board members and department heads should start thinking about they're gonna be part of that and
Save up those
gonna be here
bridges.
before we know it, so.
yep, it sure will be. Thanks. Communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. Resolutions. First resolution, acknowledging an addition of a new member to the Farmington Volunteer Fire Association. Motion by Nate, second by William. It's Amy Petty. Glad to have her on board. All in favor? Aye. Second resolution, second one is a resolution authorizing the purchase of a new updated access control system from Alternative Technology and costs not to exceed $7,665. So, second, question by Ron, second by Steve. We did get 3 quotes. There was one quote lower in the base price, but then they have them. Actually, the next two have a monthly fee, so the Alternative Technology. All in favor?
Aye.
Next one's a resolution authorizing the last day of payment for all 2024 third quarter water and sewer services within the category Farmington Water District and the Victor Sewer District accounts as of October 31st, 2024.
So moved.
Motion by Mike, second by Nate. And this is a resolution we do every quarter. This particular one is if we don't receive payments by 8 a.m. Friday, November 1st, not only will the penalty be applied, but those payments will be added to the Ontario County town and county tax bill in January. All in favor?
Aye.
Where's the resolution authorizing the hiring of assessor aide effective on or after September 25th at a rate of $19 per hour?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Been a while trying to fill the position. We're glad to have Carolyn on board. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Vice resolution authorizing the purchase of drone equipment to be shared with the building, highway, water and sewer departments for mapping as needed to meet the MS4 requirements at cost not to exceed $47,567 plus any shipping charges.
Second.
Renee, second by Mike, again, this is a budgeted item that we split over 1, 2, 3, 5 accounts. All in favor?
Aye.
6, a resolution authorizing new CMR5 water sampling at 4 locations to meet the DEC requirements. And also, or comment that that's also for the EPA requirements. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Block 7 through 12.
7 through 12, any objections to blocking resolution 7 through 12, which are easements? Hearing none. These easements are located, their sidewalk, utility easements, 1400 Beaver Creek, 1390 Beaver Creek, and 1429 State Route 332. So as a block, 7 through 12. All in favor? Nate second. Steve seconds. Again, any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. 13 is a resolution to recall and amend resolution 339, 2024.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Mike. And again, we had a small price change of $169 after the last resolution, so that this resolution here covers that difference. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 14 is a resolution authorizing the budget amendment, transferring money from snow contractual and services other government to general road repair in a total amount of $185,000.
So moved. Second.
And that's because the highway repairs came in more than originally budgeted or estimated. All in favor?
Aye.
15 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign a proposal for professional services from MRB Group for the water main replacement project at Route 332 that cost not to exceed $49,000.
Second.
Motion by Ron, by Nate. Any question there? All in favor?
Aye.
16 is a resolution to award a contract for the Route 332 Collette Road and Retency Road water main replacements. So second. Motion by Mike, second by Steve. Again, Bill had discussed the first, second, third bidders. Where this resolution is we're reaching out to approve the third bidder. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 17 is an abstract to approve the town billing and the vouchers. Have a motion and a second after I read the numbers here. General fund, $115,236.89. Highway fund, $238,183.75. Sidewalk capital project, $199,334.48. Town park improvements, $38,936.70. Retention water line, $2,187.50. Water tank repair, $1,107,431.49. Route 332 Collette Road, $2,187.50. Storm drainage, $5,605.83. Lighting district, $268.86. Sewer district, $676,875.22. Water district, $25,119.02. Payroll deductions, $7,695.39. For a total abstract to pay the bills, $2,419,062.63. Can I have a motion in a second, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. Any extensions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We do have 3 trainings listed under $100. There, I'm not gonna read them. Is there anything else to be brought to the town board's attention before we go into executive session? Hearing none, I need a motion to go into executive session for the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a protected person or corporation or matters leading to employment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a protected person or corporation.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Nate. All in favor?
Aye.
And we're probably gonna be a half an hour or so. Thank everybody else for attending. And Michelle will give you the dates, the times when we come out of executive. See you later.